Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I just made a video with what Kiyosaki said, the author of Poor Dad, The Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that book that was a bestseller a long time ago already. And he talks about the biggest economic world crisis in the world's history. It's coming up. I made a video on that. Check it out. He also explains what kind of investments you should look for and what investments you should avoid. Now it's finally happening, something that we've been waiting, not like, oh my God, let's start it, but we knew it's gonna come. The housing bubble burst. That means the housing prices fall. So, houses appreciated. Now they stayed a little bit like this for about, I don't know, 4 months, 6 months already, and then now. So this article comes from Bloomberg. It's from today, the 27th of September 2022. This is the title. U.S. housing prices fall for the first time since 2012. Get ready. Remember, my God. So pandemic frenzy is hitting the skids as mortgages rates climb. Index of 20 cities posts first monthly decline since 2012. Say goodbye to the housing bull run. U.S. home prices for the first time in a decade are falling. A national measure of prices in 20 large cities fell 0.44% in July and first dropped since March 2012, and the S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller Index showed Tuesday. The last real estate crash ended in 2012, ushering in 10 years of price gains capped off by a 2-year pandemic buying frenzy. But the Federal Reserve has put a swift end to the party as it fights to curb inflation. Mortgage rates this year doubled, pricing out many buyers and causing sales to plunge. Now values are heading south. The biggest month-over-month decline in July were in San Francisco, negative 3.6%, so fell Seattle, negative 2.5%, and San Diego, negative 2%. To be sure, the prices remain high. The Case-Shiller National Index jumped 15.8% year over year in July, but that was the smallest gain since April 2021, and the slowdown from the 18.1% jump in June was the largest deceleration in the history of the index. So that's it. There are also signs that there is plenty of pent-out demand for housing. U.S. sales of new homes surged unexpectedly in August, government data showed Tuesday. It was the strongest pace of new home sales since March, perhaps reflecting a race by buyers to beat further increases in borrowing costs and take advantage of price cuts by some builders. New home sales rose in all regions, including a 29.4% jump in the South, where the pace was the firmest this year. The declines in home prices have been steepest in the most unaffordable location, especially on the West Coast, where buyers were already strained early this year when rates were still near historic lows. So, not good news, right? The fallout looks extreme compared with a 2-year pandemic frenzy marked by multiple offers and shortage of listings that drove buyers to bid high. Now listings are listing lower because demand has collapsed, adding to the active inventory. One thing may help to keep prices elevated: fewer homes are coming on the market because the economy is going so great. Homeowners who don't have to move are staying put. Buying a home for most requires giving up a cheaper mortgage. A recent report from Zillow Group Incorporated showing that new listings slid almost 23% in August from a year earlier. So they're not gonna make money, our friends in the housing industry. Meanwhile, the Federal Reserve continues to move interest rates upward. So this is what's gonna be for now, and expect worse. Expect worse, because I'm correlating not only what one expert with an analyst says and all that. I'm reading from different sources and different areas. Like, for instance, I read Kiyosaki, and I look at that one, that article. Now I'm looking at this one. I looked at 3 more. I looked at the currency, the parity. I looked at the British pound that is tanking, and you look on all this. You look at the Japanese yen, tanked. All these things give you signs of obviously the policies that these guys are implementing. Federal Reserve, the sanctions, the oil cap that was extended is not going to be in a month or so. So just you have to pay attention to more factors. It doesn't mean that you're going to hit it right, but obviously you're going to be more informed than if you watch only one source and one area. What can I say? I personally would wait. It depends what kind of income you got. I will wait a little bit until the prices fall. The economy is gonna go down, and then inflation is gonna get high, and then I'm gonna wait, and maybe the properties will be like 2008, 2009, the crash, and then 2012, and then you buy cheap properties if you have the money, and you're employed and all. Your company works okay. Stay put. If you got good interest rates, obviously that would help you, because with the inflation, as long as you have it, a fixed interest rate. If you have a flexible or a variable, you're screwed, because it's not going to be variable. It's going to be variable, but it's going to be like going up. Okay, I don't want to say exponential, but it's going to go at least in a linear, direction. Anyway, so things are going to go south. I have no doubt about it. Or look at the Federal Reserve, how stressed they are, how they try to increase, the percentages to the rates, the interest rates, and all that. That tells you that those guys are scrambling for what the hell is going on. Look at what they try to do with Russia. The inflation, printing money out of nothing. The economy is like garbage. Not only because of the pandemic, but tell me these leaders, what kind of policy they have. What did you hear? Fight inflation, build better, and they have an influx of cheap labor, of immigrants. How do you beat that? And what is the middle class gonna do? Those guys are gonna come and compete with these guys, but not with guys out there like professors or teachers or engineers. No, they are safe. We're gonna take the jobs of the laborers, of what most people are, Anyway, not color job, white collar jobs. So get ready, but you can always love and hate. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.